going to be interesting to watch Buffalo this year. I'm really excited to see them.
Yeah, this is going to be a great Thursday night game. We'll move on to the Giants at the Titans. I have the Titans -5.5. I think that's not a lock, but that is the Giants are just dog shit.
I wouldn't touch this game with a 50-foot fucking pole.
You don't like the Titans?
No, they were the number 1 seed last year in the AFC. I fucking get it, okay? But are we going to really just keep expecting that Ryan Tannehill's going to just keep... Listen,
fuck Tannehill.
They've almost do it in spite of... He's fine, but it's like the way they've gone the last few years, they've almost done it in spite of Ryan Tannehill. Now, everyone knows how fucking great Derrick Henry is. Yeah. Everyone knows how great of a coach Mike Vrabel is. Everyone knows how, like, just in control that fucking team... I just don't expect them to be fantastic.
5.5 at home.
Year.
5.5 at home. That's really 2.5.
I mean, if I had to bet it, of course, I'd bet Tennessee, dude. I think the Giants. I don't think it's going to be a good year for the Giants, but it's. I don't know. I'd stay away. I would stay away from this.
Giants have a shitload of injuries too,
and the new head coach Brian Dable, former Bills offensive coordinator.
Yeah, I think that the rationale here is that it's going to be a low-scoring game, and that the 5. I think there's a lot of money actually. 91% of the money is on the Giants.
Yeah, cool.
So,
well, that's because New York has one of the biggest bet New York has it's just like Green Bay. It's just like the amount of money that gets bet on the Giants that has to be accounted for at all times.
Well, 49% of the bets are on the Giants, but 91% of the money. So the smart money and a lot of the Vegas other money is coming in on the Giants. And like I said, what I've been hearing is
that's scary.
That makes me want to bet.
I know. But you're gonna get what's gonna catch you is maybe the hook, the half a point or a couple.
Sure.
The idea is it's gonna be a low scoring game. The Titans are gonna be really, a lot of rushes, low scoring. So I mean, the over under there is 43.5. Which is,
check your weather report. What's the weather?
But it makes sense though. I was just thinking the same thing. It makes sense though. It's 43.5. You have fucking Daniel Jones and fucking Ryan Tannehill. They're not exactly going to be a fucking air raid out there.
Yeah. I'm expecting decent weather. I mean, I don't have the weather in front of me, but it's in Tennessee. So
Tennessee.
It's in Nashville. But the Giants are trash. But you're probably right to fade this. But like I said, I like the Titans. Let's move on to the NFC South. Big matchup. We have the Saints at the Falcons. Saints -5.5, Falcons +5.5, over under 42. And obviously playing over there in the dome. Do they retract it in Atlanta, or is it a full covered dome?
It's gonna. I think it's usually covered.
Covered, right? Yeah. So
sure.
Jameis Winston's back. Michael
Thomas.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the Falcons. I mean, they first time since 2008 that you got the Ryan
quarterback other than Matt Ryan.
Yeah,
right?
Matt Ryan starting a game. So and Mariota being so different in the way he plays.
Sure.
That's really going to have some kind of impact.
Marcus Mariota, cousin of Lene, whatever the fuck her name is. Did you guys watch that Manti Te'o documentary on Netflix?
That's his cousin?
The fucking trans lady who fucking caused that whole fucking thing is. She said it. She was related to Mariota.
Oh shit!
Yeah, they say it in the beginning.
I watched that, and I don't know. I think I was just
both Hawaiians.
What a piece of shit that.
Such a scumbag.
Yo,
I didn't even watch it.
You didn't watch it? Oh, dude,
it was on in the background.
Played the fucking victim. So
I know.
hard.
For acting like an asshole.
Yeah. The transgender kid.
Yeah, it's acting like because she's struggling with her gender that she gets off the hook for fucking. I mean, just a world class piece of shit. World class piece of shit. Going out there. Granted, I think Manti Te'o's a moron for, you know what I mean? But
it made me, I remember, I lived through that whole situation. Yeah. I remember watching it. I'm not a Notre Dame fan by any means, but I remember watching that. And, you make your jokes. I don't really give a shit. People get catfished or whatever.
Sure.
It was a silly thing to poke fun at, but I'll tell you what, it was hard to, I felt bad for him.
Yeah, I did too.
I felt bad for him. I was getting a little,
I did too.
I was getting a little choked up.
I never felt a bit
not
of
even
fucking
a little bit.
Anything for him at all.
But you think about, like, he talked about the fucking douchebag dudes coming up to him, like taking a picture. Hey man, I'm a big fan, and then they fucking throw a joke at him about getting catfish, and it's like, I don't know. I'm not a big kick a person while they're down guy. Like especially in sports, people love to pile on that shit when it happens. Totally. And but yeah, what a fucking pile of shit.
He was a good dude. He was like a Christian, like
he's a Mormon,
Mormon,
and he just had a busy football schedule, so he wasn't able to talk to a girlfriend. He wasn't able, so he like met this girl, and she was fucking hot. The pictures that were being used, the chick was fucking hot. She was the transgender dude.
I just think the biggest thing about that is. The biggest thing about that is he was a Heisman candidate playing linebacker at Notre Dame, and he only knew this girl off the. I mean, there was clearly women throwing themselves at him, and he took that bait. So that's kind of where I'm like, dude, really?
Yeah. And he didn't know, and then he announced that he was playing his season for them, and it was just like, bro, you never even met this person. Like,
so Mariota MVP this season is what we're thinking. We think that bloodline is deceiving, right? Like
he's like, wait, I'm separating myself.
Mariota's still even in the league.
I'm surprised too, man. I had to look before we came here. I had to comb through Atlanta's roster because I don't have a fucking clue.
Kyle Pitts is on that squad. He's awesome,
but I mean, they lost. Who are they throwing to?
Probably Kyle Pitt, the tight end.
Outside of that.
Yeah. Who the fuck knows?
Their offense is ranked 29. Their defense is ranked 26. I mean, the Saints by no means are, once again, another game, maybe not even worth touching, but I took Saints 5.5. Yeah. I mean, even in Atlanta, I think they're going to have a lot of issues.
New head coach. Yeah. New head coach. No more Sean Payton. So this is another game I would personally stay away from.
It's a conference game, so it obviously adds an
level. That's where things get weird. These in-division games. But I mean, I don't even know what the hell I'd do in this game, but it's gonna be. I don't know. I would stay away from this one personally.
Yeah, they're putting a lot of hype behind Jameis, but we'll just see how many interceptions he has this game. It's going to be,
I don't know how confident I am.
4-2. Is that like a pretty good rate? You think that's 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions? You think he can?
Who knows?
We'll say 5.5 is tough though. You're gonna,
how's his eyes? He got that. His eyes are good. He got that LASIK.
Did he get that surgery off?
LASIK or some shit. So he's wasn't that as
over under 42.5? Maybe some value there for once again.
I would go under.
Under? You think?
I would bet the under.
What are the Falcons team? They're gonna put them at 21 and not eat probably 17.5.
If they're favored 5, if they're favored 5.5, then it would be. The 5.5 point difference off of that, so that'd be 17 for New Orleans, 21-17. Am I doing the math right? Maybe not.
I'll tell you right now.
But it'd be around there.
Who's running the ball in New Orleans now?
I have no idea who's on the team.
No idea other than Jameis coming back. I mean, they got Michael Thomas, Mark Ingram.
No, he's the backup now, if I'm not mistaken.
Camaro. They got Kamara, but Mark Ingram's back, so they're going to have him flex. They're going to have both of them playing with each other, so I think it's going to give Kamara some time to...
Oh, fuck, I forget that.
Yeah, to cool down. Next game, we got another tough conference game. Steelers at the Bengals. Bengals Super Bowl. Take it, Ryan. What do you think of the Super Bowl loser opening up the season?
I think Cincinnati's going to be really good this year. I really do. I think they fucking beefed up their offensive line, which they was last year was one of the worst. Definitely the worst offensive line I've seen of a Super Bowl team ever. One of the worst offensive lines I've ever seen in my life. I mean, the fact Joe Burrow's not walking around looking like Stephen Hawking right now for the amount of fucking hits he took is truly unbelievable. Yeah. That being said, they got they've just made that offensive line for Ted Karras, for all those dudes beefed it the fuck up. 6.5 big though. I listen. I don't know how much to put into it. Kenny Pickett. They seem to love this guy in Pittsburgh. Well, is he going to be starting or is Trubisky? It's Trubisky. It's Trubisky starting. Yeah. I want to see a lot of. I'd like to see Pickett start, but 6.5. That's
talk through the trends.
It's a lot of points.
Super Bowl losers opening up the season are 4-18 against the spread. And 9-13 straight up.
But it is against Mitch Trubisky. That's a lot of points.
Division dogs are 60. They're 60%. So I mean, the Steelers. Tomlin as a dog is 45 and 23-2 as a dog. It's just 6.5 points is a lot. For
Steelers defense is good though.
Steelers defense is good.
Steelers defense is fucking good, bro. They got some fucking players back there, bro. I don't know, dude. I would absolutely take the fucking points. And 6.5, dude, that's a lot, dude. Listen.
I know Trubisky's trash.
Yeah, but 6.5's a lot. Tomlin's a good coach. You know what I mean? Yeah, of course.
Again, is that in Pittsburgh too?
No, they're in Cincinnati.
In Cincinnati?
It's Cincinnati.
All right.
I would absolutely take the fucking points in this thing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not touching it. I don't like the division games week 1 scare the shit out of me.
Sure. Everything we have no idea what you have no idea what it is.
Yeah. You have especially those things that you come out and like anybody can beat anybody because they hate each other, and especially in that the AFC with the Steelers, Bengals, AFC North's fucking insane.
Totally.
And those teams, they love to beat the shit out of each other. And Pittsburgh is that, notoriously, that's what they are is defense.
Yes.
And they're going to come out and, I think they're going to come out firing. What is is it Pickett's hands? Is that what everybody? He's got tiny
Kenny Pickett
hands.
has the smallest hands in the NFL.
Is that a fact?
Yeah, they measured them at the combine.
Oh, Christ!
Yeah. But he had an amazing
in the NFL or
in the NFL.
In the NFL.
9 for the position.
They measure every quarterback's hands, and maybe there's a punt or a field goal kick or something. He has the smallest hands, but he has a fucking cannon for an arm.
Yeah,
so Drew Brees, Drew Brees actually had big hands, but you don't fucking know. So it'll be interesting. I mean, obviously Kenny Pickett's going to end up starting some of these games down the road.
I'm going to say Kenny Pickett is starting by week 3.
You think that fast?
Trubisky, I think, is trash.
That fast?
But there's going to be a lot of pressure because Kenny Pickett is a Pitt guy. My dad, both of my sisters went to Pitt. So my dad is a maniacal. He had Pitt season tickets up until a few years ago, and he's got his finger on the pulse of it. But I don't know. I watched a lot of Pitt games last year, and Kenny Pickett was, I mean, who else? Is there any known quarterback? Didn't Drew Brees have pretty small hands, if I'm not mistaken?
No, I think.
Or was he just short?
He was just short.
Short with big hands.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be somebody. Somebody out there.
Of course.
Tiny hands. It's not.
They got an awesome.
Steelers money line 230. The spread 6.5, but you can bump that half. Up to 7 at -130. So a full touchdown.
I would
division
leave that
game
6.5 all day. I'd take a Pittsburgh in that game all day. 6.5 points. Listen. In week 1, I think it's very tough. Like 6.5, that's a lot of points. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of fucking points against a good defense. Mm-hmm. I think Cincinnati's going to be very good again this year. I really do. I know the Super Bowl hangover, all that stuff. Listen, I get that. I think Cincinnati's going to be very good this year. But 6.5, I would absolutely take the fucking points on that.
Yeah. Let's move on to the Monday night game. Big game. Broncos, Seahawks. Russell Wilson homecoming.
First off, I just want to say, dude, I'm pretty pissed that there's only one Monday night football game on the week 1. Remember when it used to always be 2 Monday night games?
Early and late, dude.
Yeah. I'm not too happy with that. But we got who? We got Joe Buck and Troy Aikman now doing Monday Night Football on ESPN, new announcers. But yeah, I just wish there was 2 fucking.
I fucking hate Joe Buck.
Do you?
I'm not a fan.
Hates it. There is people hate Joe Buck. I've never, especially in Philadelphia, people fucking can't stand Joe Buck. Yeah. I don't really give a shit.
He's just so obnoxious.
I don't know.
Philly, who am I to fucking?
Yeah, I don't really give a fuck. He's all right as an announcer, but Drew Lock, I can't fucking look. He's another one of those guys. There's some quarterbacks where I just look at your face, and I'm like, you're not gonna fucking win it.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's Drew Lock. It's the fucking Jets guy, the dude who's fucking his mom's friend.
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Trash. Tannehill's got that dumb face. Kirk Cousins has that dumb. I don't even hate Kirk Cousins, but he's just got that face of a guy where it's just like, dude, you're not fucking winning shit. Yeah. Carson Wentz. Yeah. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy.
What do you think about the Broncos -6.5? You think they can cover that? I think Wilson comes out and makes a statement.
I think Wilson,
he has to. Like he's playing in Seattle, new team, a lot of expectations. I mean, I don't.
And who's he throwing the ball to?
Can you scroll down real quick, T? Yeah. Oh, there you go. Perfect. I'd have to even pull. I mean, he's got DK. They got DK Metcalf. I know I don't know if he's moving up to first. Who they have last season? Who was their number 1?
Who are we talking about here? The Broncos or the Seahawks?
Geno Smith is starting for
Geno Smith. Oh, I'm thinking the Seahawks because of the Broncos. He's got right now. Yeah, Geno Smith is a starter for the Seahawks.
So I'll take the Broncos right there. That's all I need to hear.
Yeah.
How the fuck is that guy still in the league?
I mean, how the fuck
about Mariota? How the fuck is Geno Smith still in the league?
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you right now. 6.5 is a lot. Once again, another division game, Monday night. But I personally took the over. I got the over at 45. I think that, Wilson comes out, makes a statement. He throws for at least 2, maybe runs for 1. Like, I can't see how he doesn't go out there and really try and show the league, like, all right, this is the new team. But then again, the Broncos are not like the most strong team
Got your
overall.
boy Pete Carroll over there.
Yeah, true. He knows his boy. Yeah,
knows his boys.
Yeah, the more I'm trying to think about it, it's like I'm thinking about Seattle right now. It's like it's obviously going to be a down season for them, almost to a point where I'm kind of surprised Pete Carroll's still coaching this year. You know what I mean? Just because it's like I wouldn't even call this like I guess it's technically a rebuild year, but it's almost like not a tear down, like demolish the team year, but it's like a very, like what does Seattle, for example, have to look hopeful to in the future? It's like you continue to build your defense here. You have no real, I mean, I'm sure they have a plan for quarterback, but he's not on the roster right now. It's not going to be any of these guys they have. I thought they were going to end up with Garoppolo. I really did a couple weeks ago with the whole Jimmy Garoppolo thing. I thought they were going to end up with him.
I think he sucks too. He's another one of those.
Yeah, guys. But sure, but he's better than what they have. Sure. You know what I mean? And
Smith.
And it's, I don't know. It's very, I don't know. I don't know about this one.
Yeah, once again,
it's going to be fun to watch Russell Wilson, though, because I'll tell you this. It's like that division's loaded, the AFC West. It's fucking stacked, and you can make a case for all 4 of those fucking teams to go deep into the playoffs. But I don't know how I feel about Denver. I think if I had to choose one team to be like the odd team out in that situation, I would absolutely choose the Broncos. Because I think Kansas City's very good. San Diego's very good, and I think the upside of the Raiders is very interesting, and they have more of a core team there than I think Denver does.
Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't touch the spread. I think 6.5 is tight, but I like the over 45. They'll probably put up 13 points. I'll be embarrassed. Yeah, let's move on to my lock of the week. Obviously, slightly biased as you can tell, but Eagles. At Detroit, at the Lions, the Eagles have, arguably made the most amount of advancement in this offseason, have really put pieces together. Offensive line is strong. We now finally have some fucking offensive weapons, finally have some wide receivers to throw to. Got a strong tight end, kid who's hungry, was living in the shadow of fucking, Hurts. The question is, does Jalen show up?
That's my
show up. He'll show up. Thing. Can he throw the ball more than 15 yards?
That's the question right now. And I'll reference a buddy of mine in our fantasy league last year. I had a buddy all fucking year that would anytime Jalen threw a ball, texted our group, noodle arm. There he is, noodle arm. And we were all just like, shut the fuck up. Yeah. He's a fucking rookie. Give him a shot. And then we get to that playoff game, and he had Devontae Smith absolutely wide open, standing at the pylon, and I swear to God, he could have eaten a fucking sandwich while that ball was in the air. Yeah. And, I mean, a safety closing a 25-yard game. And it was just like, I was just like, he has no fucking arm. And that's what scares me. I mean, we got these weapons, we got, but he's a running back. He's a running back.
That's honestly the scariest thing, because who do we have second?
He'll put up fantasy
Mark
numbers,
Sanchez?
Backing us up?
Yeah.
No, there's no way he's still.
I think he just started the preseason game a couple weeks ago.
No.
Not Sanchez? Am I losing my mind? We got rid of him.
Fucking hey, we traded that other cat away too. That was our backup last year. He's apparently doing good somewhere in Denver. I think he's a backup over there. But
where's Nick Foles at? Is he Chicago still?
He's with someone.
Jacksonville. He signed like it's like $100 million deal or something, and then just sits the bench.
I should know where he is.
Fucking lap hog, dude.
I love that man.
You guys nervous? Have you guys been watching Hard Knocks with the Detroit Lions?
Nah, I heard Eminem went out there though, so that kind of scares me.
Really?
Yeah, that's.
I haven't watched
Eminem's training with you.
I haven't watched any Hard Knocks, but
I'm not watching Detroit.
We'll see. Yeah, well, people said they look interesting this year. Their defense is pretty weak though. But I don't know, Jared Goff, and you know who the fuck he got out there. I don't know. I just think the Eagles. When I look at the Eagles, it's like
they went 3-13 last season.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Totally.
So how much the
Eagles went 8-9 last season. So I know there's a big difference between 5 games. You know what I mean?
But the advancement we made with who we added,
Sure, but let's see how they plug it in. You know what I mean?
Gardner Minshew. How the fuck do I forget Gardner Minshew?
He's the backup.
He's
for the
our
Eagles?
backup.
Oh yeah.
And he had some.
He's cool,
dude. He is the man. He had some games.
His dad's cool too. Dude. I want to hang out with his dad.
Yeah, he is a pretty dope dude. Now he's formidable, man. That guy came in. He won some games, some big games for us last year, and he's got an arm. So I don't know. I'm obviously not. I'm going to give Jalen a shot. He's got, he had a full off season with this team, and he's got AJ Brown and Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert. I mean, you can't. And our offensive line is fucking absurd.
We added that fucking absolute behemoth of a man to our defense. What's his name? Jordan Davis, 6'6", 340 pounds. That's insane.
Jordan Davis.
That's we picked up the new cornerback who's a problem child, which will probably, add a lot of turmoil to the locker room. But
from
wouldn't be Philly if we didn't have a little drama,
N'Kobe Dean. from Georgia.
AJ Brown, anytime touchdown scorer, plus 130. I don't hate that. I mean, he's coming in. Obviously, it's
you know he's gonna come out, try and get that crowd riled up.
Yeah.
Although we're in Detroit, but
yeah,
shut them the fuck up.
Yeah,
Real early.
Their secondary is trash. So the Lions defense is the secondary is not good. So seeing the end zone plus 130, I like that. But yeah, I think Eagles -4. As far as a lock can go for first game of the season with this is non-conference game. Yeah, you're going to Detroit, but once again, who gives a shit? Golf may come out and just absolutely, like you said, might be one of those games or one of those teams that just comes out so hot. Yeah. They might even start.
It's week 1, dude. You got to be careful of these games. It's not like a sure thing. But I personally don't think. I know you said that to y'all, but I don't think that game's a sure thing by any means.
Do we have any stats on the teams who did Hard Knocks coming out in week 1?
I think it's actually pretty good.
Really?
I read something like a week or two ago, and it's actually pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm trying to I'm going back through. Who was it? Was it Browns last year? Maybe.
I think it
was on Hard Knocks.
It was they were in the recent.
Yeah,
I know the Vikings.
I would like to see numbers on what the stats are for the Hard Knocks team. I feel like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. People ask me all the time, like, would you love to see a Birds Hard Knock? And I'm like, nah, fuck that shit. Keep that shit out of the locker room before the year. As much as I would love to watch it, but
unless Jalen just absolutely murders the season, then let's get him on TV. He's doing yoga commercials right now.
Yeah.
And then we have the Sunday night game, huge game, probably. Outside of Thursday night's game, probably the biggest game. Really gonna,
let's say
we got the Bucks -2.5 at the Cowboys, and I think it goes without saying the Cowboys are frauds. Can we agree? Frauds. Frauds. The Cowboys are frauds. The Cowboys are the Theranos of the NFL. They're worth way too much money and have absolutely no intrinsic value other than the name brand of the Cowboys. But they're so bad.
I'll never give no matter what. They could be the greatest fucking team in the world. I will never, ever, ever give the Cowboys props.
They did put their nuts on our forehead last year.
They're my most in all of sports. The Cowboys are my most hated franchise, hands down. It's not even close. Cowboys are my number. Like Giants fans, growing up being an Eagles fan, I had Giants fans, but Giants have their close proximity to Philadelphia, and some of my buddies were from New York, so I never really gave a shit about the Giants. Washington the same way. But anytime it was just like, why the fuck are you a Cowboys fan?
Yeah.
And it's because you were a fucking kid from when they were winning Super Bowls with Emmitt Smith and Troy Aikman. And I just when they were America's team. And I'll never give them props. I fucking hate the Cowboys more than anyone in sports.
And here's some fun facts. No quarterback is listed in the depth chart except Dak on ESPN. Okay. So I don't know if that has any things there. Jerry Jones still running the slave trade in 2022. That's what our analysts have said. I don't know if that's true or not, but we'll look into that. Defense is scary. They lost the best O-lineman, Tyron Smith. So that's going to have an impact.
That's huge.
Tom Brady. I mean,
this game's in Dallas too, right?
It is in Dallas.
Yeah.
So, I mean, money line, 1 plus 116. I kind of look at the same way as the Bills, the Rams. I don't think anyone knows what the fuck's going to happen in this game, really, obviously.
I like Tampa Bay.
I like Tampa.
You like Tampa?
Yeah, I like Tampa.
They have they have talent. I mean, they have.
I like this.
Julio Jones, which is maybe a little seasoned, but still, Julio Jones is fucking Julio Jones. And then you got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin still playing. So is Tom Brady thinking about a son, or is he thinking about
Godwin's banged? I think Godwin's banged up though, right?
I think he's questionable.
Yeah, I don't think he's playing. He's not playing tomorrow.
He's not playing.
I like Tampa Bay.
I do too, and I think Tom Brady's going to want to come out firing after all the shit that people
no Tyron Smith. You got. They have Jason Peters now at left tackle, dude. I'm 40 years old. You know what I mean?
Two bum ACL.
He won't make it through halfway through the season. No,
I like Tampa Bay in this game. I think Tampa Bay is going to win a lot of games this year. A lot. I think the NFC's weak, watered down. I think it's Tampa Bay and Green Bay in that conference.
Yeah, let's see how does Tom make it through the whole season? I mean, I don't.
Why? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he doesn't get touched.
Yeah, he always makes it through the season.
Nobody touches Tom ever.
But when does
it catch up with him?
When is there regression? When does he take the hit?
Never.
When does he
I've swallowed my pride on Tom Brady. He's the greatest of all time, and the guy just doesn't get touched. That's the thing. Yeah. That's the thing with him. He'll take a fucking stat. The guy's he's the best. Genius with
Bruce Arians stepping down as quarterback, as a coach rather.
He stepped down. Tom Brady obviously asked him to step down. I know it's been a shaky offseason with Brady trying to get his way, trying to squeeze his way out of Tampa Bay and go to Miami and all that stuff, but he's so fucking good.